What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. I just want to take this moment to introduce myself. I'm Alec G. I'm new to the OneWheel community, and if you take a look at any of my past videos, and to all my longtime subscribers, I love y'all. I primarily dabble in riding motorcycles and trying to learn how to stunt ride motorcycles. Well, today we're going to take a ride out to the Mercer Meadows and take a journey on the Maidenhead Trail, and I'm going to talk about the future of what's coming to this channel. All right, good morning, good day, good evening, good night, whatever time it is where you're at listening in. Welcome to the channel. I'm your boy Alec G, and today we're going to take a little journey down the Maidenhead Trail and just get to talking about what I'm going to do on this channel and what I have in store for the future of this channel. I've been watching a lot of YouTube recently of OneWheel channels, and I've been highly motivated by mainly one channel out there, and I want to bring that energy to the East Coast here in New Jersey and kind of build a community just like what they have. A little different, but similar energy system as far as just having fun and enjoying life. And with that said, I want to give a shout out to the channel. If you haven't checked it out already, the name of the channel is Scott Mendenhall, and they go out and they have all kinds of fun doing races and just, you know, being with like-minded people and just being blessed and having fun and enjoying life on these OneWheels. And if you check their channel out and you see some of the stuff that he does, that's kind of some of the things and fun that I want to try to bring out here and just get people who don't even know each other together. And we all have that same common love for the OneWheel, but then through this connection, we could possibly make other connections that could affect other areas of our lives in very positive ways. Scott, you're doing a great job out there. I love the channel. Keep up the good work. Scott doesn't know me or doesn't know who I am. If he saw me follow him on Instagram, I don't even know. But I appreciate you, my brother. The other large thing I want to do on this channel with this OneWheel is I fell in love with trail riding. As you can see, we started off our ride here at Rosedale Lake, and it's just got a nice little gravel trail on it. And I feel more confident riding on trails than I even do on the street. So one thing I want to do this year, or next year rather, is I want to find out how to compete in races. And anybody who's watched this, who's in the OneWheel community, if you know anything about this, please comment down below, let me know. Because I would love to do a race. It doesn't necessarily have to be like Race for the Rails or anything, but it's more or less something for me to do for my experience. I weigh over 200 pounds on the OneWheel XR, so me going fast, like some of you light guys out there, isn't going to be the deal. But I kind of want to just test if it's possible for me to go as fast when it comes to the competition, because as we know, body and being in front of somebody, affects how people race. And I'm just curious on if me having more weight, maybe I'll have more traction than somebody who's lighter on the OneWheel. I don't know. But the other videos I'm going to try to start doing is just my training series and what I do to get ready or ready myself to race. I'm going to fast forward a little bit here because right here we're getting to the trailhead where the Maidenhead Trail starts. But definitely stay tuned and keep listening because I'm going to continue talking about what I have planned for these videos.
Ooh, I want to go on this trail to the right here. The one that says that we can get head from a fine maiden.
Oh, the Maidenhead Trail?
That sounds good to me.
The one that we're taking.
Awesome.
We'll get some head from a maiden.
From a lovely, a fine maiden.
unmarked trail, and there are ones that have like names and shit. We were on unmarked trails last time.
So we're gonna take a tour of the correct trails.
These are like the marked trails. This would be the Maidenhead trail. I said at some point we're gonna have to go right. So to give you a little background on myself, I'm 34, I'll be 35 this year. Growing up all my life, I did everything from skateboarding, rollerblading, BMX, jumping, dirt ramps, trail riding. And so I've always loved the outdoors, camping, pretty much you name it. If it's outside, I've probably tried it in some manner. And so the OneWheel was just something that was so fitting for me. And my buddy Steve, who's in this video with me, he actually got one as a gift. And it kind of motivated me to get one because I'm like, okay, now I have somebody to ride with. I had no idea how big the OneWheel community was, though. Like, after I got it and got on social media and started looking up to see if there were pages like there was for the stunt community with bikes, I was like, holy crap, like, this is huge already. And with that, it just motivated me even more because it was the same thing with the stunt community. Seeing that just looked like an amazing place to be. Just the energies that you were getting from people. Obviously, with everything, there's always the positive and the negative people in the community, but I find that there's a lot more positive people in the OneWheel community. Everybody's just out to have a good time. Nobody's even really out to be a better rider than anybody else. Even though people might be faster than one another, there's still that humble aspect that we're all out here having fun, as we know the risk of riding around on this one wheel. So my idea is for me to train, being older, and being, a little behind the 8 ball a little bit when it comes to starting on these things. I feel like I picked it up pretty quickly just from my past experiences, and being on the trails just feels more at home. So like, even when trails get rough and nasty, I just feel more comfortable on the board than when I'm on the street and things might get a little bumpy. So what I'm going to be doing with this when it comes to filming these videos and kind of the series I want to run, if it's even a series at all, is just me going and training and doing what I do to get comfortable on the board. Front side turns, back side turns, practicing figure eights, getting low, high speed turns, banking, all different types of things just to progress my riding skill and to get better at my riding. Then next year when time comes along, hopefully, which is what I'm going to get into next, which is what I'm hoping to build up out here, hopefully we'll have a group of people and kind of like a quote-unquote team. And I don't want to call it a team because we may have a name, we may not, but it's just a group of people who, weekly, if we can, get together, ride together, push each other to become better, just so we can go and compete. And next year, if we go somewhere, you at least know that you have people to set up these trips with. But I'm going to fast forward a little bit in the video here. I'll continue on what my plans are as far as how I plan on getting these groups of people together and what I want to do. So let's get to it.
Just because you have right away. Campfire thing, the teepee that my dad got me over the contract. You want to hang out?
Stop at Costco. Just got to stop at Costco at some point today, but other than that, I got to keep going on. Mel's still in Florida.
like that. My phone even went wheel slip, but I didn't lose it.
Alright, so as we step back out on the trail, I hope you guys have been enjoying the video so far. This is my first time doing a real voiceover where I edit as I'm doing it. Like, I'm putting a lot of work into this as I'm doing it right now as I'm talking to you. Like, I probably just spent like 15 minutes doing some other stuff before even getting back to talking to you. But anyway, what are my plans to try to get people together? So recently I already put a post up on the New Jersey OneWheel page asking if people would be interested in this, if we got a group of people together who rode together and just for the sake of us all getting better, you know, push each other to try to go faster. And it's not really a competition, it's just us growing on our one wheel. And I was surprised by the response. There's at least a half a dozen people, not too far from me, that would be interested in it. So it got me really excited. So what I've been doing, which is kind of what inspired this ride today, I've been checking out all my local parks and the trail systems that they have, and just taking like joy rides down them to see what kind of conditions they are. And what I would like to find are a couple different sets of trails where the intensities are different. So one day where it's like, you know, speed runs, or not even speed runs, but because all of them it should be about time. But one day when we first start, we can start on a more beginner trail. And once we're shredding that trail and we're able to eat that up like it's nothing, from there we can move on to, you know, the secondary trail, or the more we'll call it intermediate trail, and just kind of keep ramping it up in each environment. And then on days, take a step back and go back to those easier trails and keep record of our times, and then see if our times get faster on those trails. And with this, we can just kind of develop a system of where we can just get used to riding in these rougher terrains and environments. Obviously, we also need to practice on asphalt because some of these races may incorporate this portion into the race as well. And I'd love to find a place that, you know, has drops and all that stuff. You know, a nice little mountain bike course to really get into some of the heavy hitting stuff that you might see on some trails. But in the beginning, it's going to just be all about honing our skills. So I'd like to maybe meet up even at an open field, like I go to the open soccer field or practice football field up here by me. And I literally just fly around the field as fast as I can and just get to know my board and understand where its traction limits are in that controlled environment. I know what's going on here in this grass. I know where the dirt spots are, you know, after you ride around a couple times. And just really getting to know your board and understand how it reacts in high speed, low speed, how much you lean it over, you know, so that way you can really take turns quicker and be safe about it. Also awesome for straight line if you're just trying to get used to being on the board and going fast in a straight line and you haven't done that yet. Go to an open field, different grass types, different dirt types, gravel types, and just fly, and get used to that. I found that you can actually feel that limit spot once you're pushing the motor, where pushback or where when you're fighting pushback, you might hit a nosedive. Like I said, I'm about 208 pounds. It's growing because I actively work out. And with that, the motor definitely has to work harder for me. Like, I can feel the surges in the motor when I try to push it too hard. I don't know if anybody else feels that in a lighter person, but for me, it definitely happens. And getting to know how my board reacts is what's gotten me confident to being able to ride on the trails. So that's kind of my plan for how I want to get people together and, organize it and whatnot. And it would actually be dope to maybe talk to the county and see if we can organize a race here in New Jersey. I did look online and I saw that the qualifiers for, like, for instance, Race on the Rails, there's like 3 different places across country, that spread from west to east that host these races. They're still far from me, but it'd be cool to just have races here that we do for us, even if we develop our own little mini league. My dream is, like, you can do what you want in your state. They might have other big things going on in other states, but we can create and make what we want of our own one-wheel community here in New Jersey. So if you'd be interested in that, definitely comment down below. I'd be interested in talking to some people if you got any ideas. We can definitely make this happen. Secondary to this, which is what I mentioned in the beginning of the channel, my big motivation and motivator, Scott Mendenhall, his channel, if you check them out, they get together and they have fun. And I want to make that a big part of this too. I want to just get together and play games, be it fun races, where they're relay races, where they incorporate other aspects to the race. And just get out there and have fun. But in that fun, we're going to be able to incorporate the skills that we learn when we go out on our quote-unquote training days. So, again, if this is something you'd be interested in, be it you meet up at a soccer field and you play a game, a tag in the soccer field on our OneWheels, or flag football, something that Scott did on his channel. They do all types of cool stuff. Again, go check his channel out. He's a dope dude, cool dude, real good spirit about him, and I love his energy. Continue to watch him and honestly get a lot of ideas from him because he's a creative guy. And hey, what's the rule out there? They say great musicians steal. I'm not stealing, I'm gonna borrow, because I'm also come up with some of my own ideas. But I'm starting to ramble on. Let's fast forward through this portion. We're a good way portion through this trail. We got a couple bridges to go over and everything, but I hope you've been enjoying the video. If you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button down below. Hit that bell so you're notified when I drop another video, and give it a good old thumbs up. It will really help me out. But let's keep boogieing on this trail. It gets to get a little fun up here with all these leaves and the wetness and stuff. I love riding in the slip, but let's get to it.
Like that cheating other people get it, they like it looks fun. Yeah, I know, it's weird, right? It's like everything. There's a lot more offensive things I can do on this trail. Right? Yeah, but I'll give you something to complain about.
getting towards the end of the trail, and if you hung around this long, I just want to truly thank you for hanging out, watching the video. If you haven't, again, subscribe, hit the thumbs up, leave a comment below if you're interested in anything that I had to say on the channel, or if you got any other good ideas to add to my ideas. I'd greatly appreciate any insight. Again, I'm new to the OneWheel community. I'm still learning. Probably won't do too much crazy things with the OneWheel as far as upgrades and stuff, but we just gonna ride it. So until next time, it's nice to meet y'all. I'm Alex G. Safe riding, safe wheeling. Peace out, y'all.